All right. So, Ricky, what is your question?
Yes, MC's not been authorized yet, but they do already have DOT, and they're okay with if they can be booked for at least interstate.
Mm-mm. Because what's on the when you went to look on the FMCSA site? What does it say? Does it say intra or interstate?
Interstate.
Then that means they can't do anything right
That's
now.
what I'm.
When did they get their authority? And what I'll try to do, I'll try to get the information and call them myself to see if we can get them situated and go ahead and get them to even if they're not up and running, go ahead and use us for their dispatching services. So let's see. Okay. Can you give me that phone number and I'll try to give them a call?
You guys, you got the phone number there.
Let me pull up on the dialer. Hold on.
Spark. Spark.
I'll try to give them a call and let's see if we can at least get them in the pike. Now, let me get into the. Okay. Now, let me. Did you put the notes in the CRM already?
Yeah.
Uh,
Made up the phone number.
no, 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 no. Uh,
I already got the phone number.
okay, hold on one second. Never mind. Okay. Where would he be at, Ricky?
What's the name?
What's the name the driver we talked to?
You can just click on the last name. I
What's his name?
AIN.
AINI.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah. Yeah. There.
Okay. All right. So, guys, the benefit of having a CRM as we're using it to all the dispatchers out there that are, let me hold that tablet. Let me hold the tablet. To all the dispatchers, not dispatchers, but truck drivers out there, we have a centralized system here where our agents can communicate with each other. So, if whatever correspondence happened between you as a driver and another agent, then we are able to follow that transaction without even having to speak to the agent and gather the information from them. And another thing that's beneficial to drivers as far as doing business with us, we record our conversations. That's done for strictly quality assurance purposes to make sure that our agents are following all the proper protocols and procedures and doing everything they're supposed to do to get you the best rates for your loads. Because if they're not asking the brokers for more money, that's a problem for us. when they're looking for loads. So what we're getting ready to do now, I'm going to follow up with a lead from a cold call where uh, Ricky spoke to a driver. It was Zyra. Okay, Zyra spoke to a driver that we're trying to get as a client. Um, Actually, we try to call our drivers clients, not truckers, not drivers, because we look at you as more than a paycheck. We look at you as more than just a driver. We are really look at you as a person of value. So we try to instill certain things in our agents that we in turn make sure translates into better quality service for you as a driver. Okay, so that's what we're getting ready to do now. So I am looking at the notes that our agent left on this particular call in the CRM. And in the CRM, okay, the one I see right now, it says not interested at the moment as his MC number is not yet active. Is this it? She says she used the rebuttal and provided our callback number for future. Um, let's see. Is this all? Is this all the note? Okay. So let's see. So she said, so this says something completely different from what I was just told. From here, her notes say that the driver was not interested at the moment, as his MC number is not yet active. So that's totally different, a different scenario from what you guys just told me. Tell John to come here and let me hear the call. See, this is another thing. This is why we record our conversations with our agents, because you can get kind of two people that see things in a totally different perspective. One see it as positive, one see it as a lack of interest, but then we need to definitely know what it is so we're able to follow back up with this driver if necessary to make sure he has, is getting treated properly and make sure he has, a chance to take on our services. So I am going to John. Okay. Now I'm trying to make sure I have a clear understanding, because as far as the notes that she left, she said the driver was not interested at the moment, but as his MC number is not yet active, but she used the rebuttal and tried to give him our information for future references just in case he needed. So if that's the case, if it is just the way she said it, I don't need to call him back immediately. So
And we're just asking if we can provide load if their MC is not yet
okay, so
authorized.
you're just asking a question.
Yeah.
Okay. No, we can't. The answer to that is no. If they tell you their MC number is not yet authorized, what we want to do is try to get an idea of when they might uh, be ready to have it active. Okay. See, if I would have got the phone call personally, I would have asked him what, in a roundabout way, is what's the holdup? Is there anything I can personally refer you to or can kind of give you some insight on? Because he might be waiting just on a BOC3. He might be waiting on his uh, insurance. It could be several different things that he's waiting on. So to answer your question, for your quality and control purposes, no, we cannot. So she handled the call appropriately because she said in the future, you know,
So we need to create a rebuttal so they can know that they should ask when will their MC will be available.
right. What she should have done in her rebuttal is she should have said, well, I tell you what, you think you might be ready to go in about, a couple of weeks, 30 days. I just want to get a time point. So I'll follow back up with you and make sure that I can make sure that you take advantages of the services we offer. So she needed to ask a few more detailed questions to try to pinpoint down when he might have his MC number active, and to also try to figure out when is a good time to call him back. Maybe in 2 weeks, a week, 30 days, and then put that in the CRM as well, and you know, follow back up in it. But now that she's left it at this, and being now that she's already called the driver, she may can call him back. I would maybe call him back in a week or so and just do a follow up. Yeah.
I just make a note on my CQA form there that we're going to call them back in a week.
Right.
Then I'm going to create a rebuttal so we can ask
Actually, I would give it more time than that. I would say next Monday.
next month.
Not this coming Monday, but the following Monday.
2 weeks.
Yes. I would call him back and be like, hey, I don't know if you remember me. My name is Zyra, but we held a conversation. I offered you our services. You said your MC number was not yet active. Just to, I just wanted to call back and check up on you, letting you know I haven't forgot you. Just to kind of pinpoint down, is your MC number active now, or do you think it will be active in about, by the end of the month, first of next month? If we can narrow that down, we can kind of keep poking away at this one driver.
Okay.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. Yves, can you do me a favor? Can you let me hear that phone call, please?
Yes, okay, one moment. I'll be sharing my screen.
You don't have to. Well, yeah, you do have to share it so that I can hear it.
Actually, I also send the link to our conversation on our chat. But let me try to share.
Okay.
Can you see my screen?
I can now.
Okay, let me know if you hear the call.
Okay. Can you turn it up some?
Can you hear the conversation?
No.
Hmm,
I can barely hear it.
okay, let me try to fix that one.
So to all my truck drivers out there, the whole purpose is in us doing all of this is to make sure that we're giving you the quality service that we're supposed to. So we take the extra mile because we consider ourselves different and separate from everyone else, being that our background is in the BPO world, and we have now uh, journeyed off into logistics. All of our background, all of our skills from the BPO world, all of the sense of urgency, all of the training, all of the professionalism, we have taken that over into our dispatching service. So what you get from us is typically what you won't get from other dispatchers, and that's real important. That was one thing I had a real issue when I found a good broker. I stuck with that broker, and actually, that broker was my dispatcher, so to speak. So when I found a good broker slash dispatcher, I stuck with them because they're hard to find. And one thing we do is we require our agents to handle all the calls in a certain way, to where when you're dealing with an Elic Logistics company or anything that has the Elic Logistics brand, you're getting hospitality and service first. That's first and foremost with us. Everything else starts from there. So we have now implemented even into our training criteria that no matter what area of our company you're working in, and our parent company owns a lot of subsidiary companies, from restaurants to nightclubs to beat the different call centers. We even have vendors or different call centers in Mexico and different places. So no matter where you fall at under the ELIC umbrella, you will know automatically when you see that lion right there at the bottom right hand side, you will know that it's hospitality involved in anything or any type of service that you're getting. So that's what's Mary, smile. Good grief. You look like, why are you over there not smiling, girl? Are you in thought? You in deep thought over there? You look like you have something deep in your thoughts. Technically, he's not asking for any loads because he told her my MC number is not active right now. I can't hear the call for some reason, but technically, he said that his MC number is not active, and she made the rebuttal. I guess as far as when it becomes active, we'll just follow up with you, things like that. So if he's waiting on on his MC number to become active, he would have in the FMCSA. It will tell you if he's intrastate or interstate. So evidently he's interstate from what Ricky said. So he can't do anything. No, no. But he can go ahead and get everything set up. See, this is where too we can make inroads with the new drivers that are coming on board. We can go ahead and get all of their information, and then all they'll need to send to us is their BO. Not we don't even need their BOC3, their insurance certificate, and their MC authority. So they can all we can already get them out the packet, the carrier agreement, and they can fill out the information um, that they do have, and then all we have to do is wait on the MC number to become active and constantly check in with them. That way we have shown them even before they get started that we're there for them, you know and we can constantly be touching bases with them, just having small conversations like, by the way, what freight do you intend to pull? Are you going to be flatbed? Are you going to be dry van? Are you going to be reefer? And then if he says, okay, I'm going to be flatbed, do you mind if I give you an idea of what the flatbed rates look like right now? And that way you can kind of be preparing yourself for when your MC number does get active. If you can give me some information, like where do you like to go, um, what states you want to stay away from, do you have an idea of what you rate you want to make per mile? Because if they have not started operating yet, he may not have an idea about all these things yet. So we can be proactive and get ahead of that. And that's something, Yves, that we may have to, talk to production and the quality control team about. Even if they don't have their MC number, is there some way that we can go ahead and get our foot in the door and find out what type of freight they want to haul, or that, is it going to be dry van? Is it going to be flatbed, step deck, reefer, RGN? Are you going to do oversized? Do you have your hazmat endorsement? You know, and things like that. Go ahead and get that information, and then we can say, because if you give us that, and you give us, we can kind of schedule a time to kind of spend some time with you and show you what type of loads are out there right now. So by the time you get your MC number, you can kind of, we can kind of have some kind of idea where you want to be. I guarantee no one else is doing things like that too, and that will put us ahead of the curve when it comes to dealing with the drivers, the new drivers. Okay. Yes.
For the recording, I also sent that on our chat. Can you try to click on that so that you can hear their conversation?
I don't know if I would be able to hear it here, so hold on.
Mm.
Can you hear me?
No.
Okay. All right. Let me listen to it myself.
Okay.
Okay. I just finished listening to the call. She did several things right. She did several things wrong. And we'll work with her on that. The quality control department, uh, I'll get with them and they can from there tell her uh, what she could have done to improve that call. Because when we're talking to drivers, especially when we're calling off that site, they have had 1,000 people call them off that site. And at that point, they're burnt out. They really don't want to hear nothing we have to say. So at that point is where we have to be a little different. I think what I'm going to do, I don't think I can have the time to do it tomorrow, but maybe sometime next week, I'm going to jump on the site and I'm going to make calls and I kind of want everyone to listen to me. Maybe that might help because I saw several things she did right. She was very polite, waited on the responses from the driver, but at some point, in my opinion, we put too much control. We we did not command the conversation. We asked for information and did not give information. And you have to balance that out when you're cold calling drivers. What? Boss wants me? Okay. The boss wants me. Okay. So uh in those areas I feel like we can do better. We're making a lot of advancement. The key is we have to separate ourselves and be better than the next dispatching company because we need to show our clients that we can offer them things, a service that other companies can't offer them. You got that? And I was looking at the different load boards for today. Let me see. So in Georgia, for instance, and my preference is always Georgia because that's my home. That's my home state. So I'm always going to show Georgia preferential treatment. And Monday, guys, if anybody's on Monday, I will be going over a lot of loads listed for Georgia. You can text me or you can call in and you can say what area that you are in. And I will kind of tell you, you can tell me what type of equipment you have, and I can try to tell you if there's some good paying loads for whatever type of equipment that you have coming out of Georgia. I say some decent paying dry van loads so far, some at 295, but all of them are short distances. The good paying loads are short distances for some reason. The national average, what is the national average right now? Anybody know what the national average is on the loads that came out for Monday? The national average for dry van. Okay. Okay, so the national average for dry van in the southeast is 290 is 191, 202. Well, in the south, 191. The southeast, $2.02 a mile. The northeast is crap, $1.77 a mile. The Midwest, $2.06 a mile, and the West is unbelievable at $1.92 a mile. The West is really getting hit right now because that port that's in LA is really about to feel the brunt of these tariffs that are going on. And this is a low rate coming out of the Midwest. So if anything is an indicator of what's happening right now, it's that rate that's in the West uh, for dry van. Let's see what the flatbed rates are. So let's see. So the flatbed rates right now are $2.80 a mile in the southeast or in the south, $2.45 in the northeast, $2.61 in the Midwest, $2.61 along that Southeast corridor, and $2.19 in the West. So you will have a lot of flatbed drivers that will not go to the West and to a lot of them don't like to go to the Northeast regardless. So that's something to keep an eye on, guys. And we'll continually bring you updates on these, what's going on in the national averages and the trends. Okay. But anyway, thank you guys for joining us for this short period. And we hope everyone has a good rest of their day going into the weekend. You have a great weekend. We hope all of these things, hope you've had some good experiences out there on the road today. So thank all of you guys.